Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the January wrap up and stats video. Hey guys, so like all wrap ups and stats videos, it's very cut and dry. It's going to be the stats, it's going to be the pictures and graphics and things like that, and then at the end there's a chronological book slide show thing that you guys can go check out the books for each of the weeks. So if you want to watch that particular book review, then you can check it out and you'll see all of the books that I read in the slideshow. So let's just jump right into it. So it's not a long video per usual. In January of 2023, I read 26 books. 3 of them were audiobooks, 15 of them were ebooks, 8 of them were physical books, and I had 4 arcs that I read. I am making it a conscious effort to check out some cookbooks and things like that this year, so that I can possibly do projects down the line. So those are the physical books that I read. For my ratings, I had 1 DNF in the month of January, 0 1-stars, 1 2-star, 7 3-star books, 10 4-star books, and 7 5-star books. So one of my favorite sections of this video, of my monthly video, is to highlight the Black authored books that I read for each month, and here are January's. I read Compassion by Xavier Neal, The Minotaur's Kiss by Erin St. Charles, Kindred by Octavia E. Butler, Just Like Heaven by Trilina Pucci, Trent by Zyla Turner, The Woman He Wanted by K. Alex Walker, Play to Win by Janice Dixon, Surly Romance by Nia Authors, A Million to Below by Blue Sapphire, and All I've Wanted, All I've Needed by A.E. Valdez. Here is some book news. The Let Me Introduce You series is on a break of sort. I have not been able to get any more interviews because holidays, and then people are busy starting their new year, things like that. I hope to start it back up again, but we will see. Don't know yet. I am doing a mini sort of readathon for myself every single month, and I am doing like a Kindle Unlimited clear out. So I am going to be picking books at the end of January or at the end of each month and putting a carousel together. And those are going to be the 20 books that I try to read from Kindle Unlimited every single month. Some of them do roll over, some of them aren't, but be on the lookout for a monthly video that is going to check in with the previous month as well as the month's new carousel that will be happening. Here is this month's, or it has been running for that announcement. My laptop is slowly dying on me. As a matter of fact, it's practically dead. And a lot of the vlog footage that I have compiled that's not on my phone, so that I compiled with my other cameras that I own, I can't put together because the editing software is on the laptop. So there's that. So vlogs and vlog footage and things like that, yeah, they're not going to be getting done anytime soon. And I just really hope that my laptop doesn't explode and I lose all of that footage, because that would be very, very sad. Very, very sad. So there's that. That's the bookish news that's going on. Okay. So let's get into the top reads for the month of January. This I decided when I was putting this monthly wrap up together is going to fluctuate. for this year. It may be 5, it may be 4, it may be 3, it may be 6, it may be 7. It's just the top reads that I want to talk about that I think you guys should go out and check out. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Compassion by Xavier Neal. This was the very first book that I read in 2023. I absolutely loved it. This title alone stands for and embodies everything that happens in this book. So this book is kind of filled with content warnings. We have a discussion of military and veterans treatment, PTSD and dealing with PTSD, classism, dealing with our current kind of social climate of, you know, how we deal with the homelessness population and in our neighborhoods, or, you know, how we deal with people in general that may be down on their luck at that moment, you know? So I loved this book. I loved the fact that Xavier gives me a new sort of reading style where our characters break the fourth wall for the majority of this book, and they're talking to you specifically as the reader, with their thoughts and their feelings and things like that. And it took a couple chapters to get used to, but in the end, I really loved that new kind of style of reading and of writing and things like that. So I really enjoyed this book and think more people should go out and read it, and think about some of the things that are discussed within this story of these two characters, and just compassion, guys. The next book that I want to talk about is The Woman He Wanted by Alex Walker. I found this book after reading one of the first book in this series. Now, the series is standalone. You don't need to read the first book in this series to understand this book. You do get a kind of feel for the style that Alex does by reading the first book, but this book is absolutely beautiful. You have a woman that is in this family that she's the oldest daughter of 3, but she's been made to feel like she isn't necessarily part of the family. And that's because her mother has some secrets that she's been holding. And her father is absolutely amazing, but when something ends up happening to her father, you really get to see the dynamic of the family unit. Well, at the same time, she has been working, trying to live her life, you know, without getting completely run down by this horrible family dynamic. When she meets a guy that she's drawn to him, he is drawn to her, to the point that whenever he sees her at the coffee shop that she works at, he gets tongue-tied and doesn't know what to say, doesn't know how to approach her or anything like that. And I just loved their connection spiritually, that you saw that they were drawn together, but they didn't understand why they were drawn together. Then some other mystery sort of feel to this book ends up unfolding, where our main female character is willed or inherits a house in the Caribbean. And when she goes down there, there is this sort of spiritual aspect to it that is revealing some secrets. And it really kind of gives this nuance of a different sort of spirituality that I was just like on the edge of my seat for every single moment of it. And I loved this book. I hope that we are getting a third book for this interconnected standalone series, because we're missing one of the characters. And at the end of both of the books that I read in this series, you see how they're connected, but it's not integral to read them in the correct order. So there's that. The next book I'm going to tell you guys about is Keep This Promise by Corinne Michaels. This is the third book in the Rose Canyon series. It put this beautiful, wonderful bow on this romantic suspense series that Corinne built here in Rose Canyon. It starts you off with this woman who has a one night stand with one of the guys that we have already met. He's a doctor. And then you're fast forwarded to this time where she has their daughter. She is on the run, but she's also sent to Rose Canyon to meet up with um, her baby daddy, and they have to stay together, and they are working through how they got disconnected. They never exchanged names or locations. It was a one night stand. It really was a one night stand in Vegas, but everything in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, and this was a happy you know bringing back together. And you get to see so many of Corinne's former characters from her other books and her other series. The Salvation guys are in this, and they are just, oh, I loved it. I loved it. These guys, I mean, I've loved the Salvation guys, and you get to see the West Coast Salvation guys and people that are characters that have been built from Corinne allowing other authors to write in the Salvation Society. And you get to see like some of those characters come into the fray, and I was here for this book and I loved it. I think you should go out and read this romantic suspense, and I think Corinne should continue to write romantic suspense. She's doing a good thing. Her little tiptoe into romantic suspense. Yes, yes, because I don't necessarily categorize the Salvation series as romantic suspense. There is some suspense that goes along with the Salvation series, but this series, Rose Canyon, it was like completely wrapped in romantic suspense, because each book, even though it completes the couple story, it left you on a cliffhanger for the overarching suspense that was going on within Rose Canyon. And yes, just yes. The next book that I'm going to tell you guys to go check out, because it's absolutely amazing, is A Long Time Coming by Megan Quinn. If you like the movie My Best Friend's Wedding, but didn't like the ending of My Best Friend's Wedding, this is going to be the book that's going to satiate your need for that happily ever after, where the best friends end up together. Because, yes. I also say go and check out the if you're going to read this book, A Long Time Coming, make sure you read it as an audiobook. And I know I know some people aren't audiobook people, but they did this in a duet narration where our male character voices all of the male parts and our female character voices all of the female parts. I started reading this book as an ebook, as an ARC, and I was getting like confused about who was actually talking within the chapter. Even though we were in specific people's chapters, there was some dialogue that went along with the other person, and it just felt better to listen to it because you were getting the male dialogue and male thoughts and feelings within the female chapter voiced by that male, so you knew where it was coming from and how it was supposed to be evolving. And yes, so good, funny, and just yes, all the things. Next, I'm going to tell you guys to go check out Resilient Rain by Alethea Romig. This is book number 2, so you do have to read the first book in this series to understand what's going on in the second book. But we have more twists and turns in Princess Lucille and Prince Roman's ever changing romance, and the way that they came together. And I saw one of the twists coming. I am going to stand all the way on that hill and let you guys know I saw one of the twists coming, but there are a couple other twists that end up happening that I did not see coming, and I am here for it. I need more. I can't wait for the third and maybe fourth book, maybe fifth book. I don't know how many books she's putting in this series, but I can't wait for those twists and turns to continue to come, because it seems like so much can happen. Such a good book. And the final book that I'm going to tell you guys go check out as a top read of mine in January was A Million to Below by Blue Sapphire. I have been loving on Blue Sapphire since I read The Work Husbands. I think I loved her before that, but the Work Husband series really got me into it, and I picked this one up because I was like, she suggested that I read this one when I interviewed her, and now I remember why. Now I know why. This is a badass female financier that she was like, I can do it on my own. And, you know, even though they're trying to, you know, put their foot on my neck and investigate me and make me the scapegoat, she wasn't having it. Our female character was like, no, no, no. You may think I'm down and out. You may think I need your help, but I don't. I'm still going to be me. And our billionaire in this sees or thinks that he can like push her to need him, but at the same time, she shows him that she doesn't necessarily need him, but that she wants him. And I ate that shit up. I ate it up. I can't wait to have more books in this series, and I can't wait to read more from Blue Sapphire. All right, so that is the January wrap up and stats. If you know my outro, feel free to jump ahead to the chronological slideshow showing you all the books that I did not talk about. So you can go check out those reviews for the weekly reviews. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there's a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My author interview series that includes Blue Sapphire's interview is down in the description box, as well as a suggestion form for authors I need to reach out to, or authors, if you're interested, check that out. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video.
Can't afford to let you in, but we're bad, so what's the harm in one more sin? Take off your halo, you're beautiful. I don't care if it tears me apart. We couldn't let go from the get-go. I think we're past trying to hide who we are. Baby, I don't mind you calling, I'm still awake in my bed. Say the things you shouldn't be saying. I don't want you to act like you still have that halo, halo, got the halo. Like you still have that halo, halo, you should let it go. Don't stop, I love it when you touch my skin.